Ideally, I want to get married at some point in my life. And I believe that, marriage isn't for everybody, but those is for, I think it's a beautiful thing.
Could be a beautiful thing or it could be a bad thing. I feel like with marriage, the marriage is like a union between, male, female, masculine, feminine, whatever. So that's what creates life.
Marriage is for people who they tired of just going to the club or anything like that, so they just want consistent sex.
If you're in a place where you're prepared to get married, I say why not? I think marriage and love and all that stuff is beautiful.
What's going to take for me to tie the knot? I mean, you have to be open.
Until I feel like I found my perfect match and the guy who compliments me the best, I'm not gonna get married. Hopefully that doesn't take too long.
Security. I have to feel like this is a commitment that I'm willing to make. I believe that marriage is forever.
I don't think it's pushed as much. We come from generations where it was cool to be the player type, have a whole bunch of girls, stuff like that. And then we also didn't really have that example other than like the Huxtables or like Family Matters.
They love marriage. They love, because it's somebody they can talk to 24/7. Like it's somebody they can tell all their secrets, they can pillow talk, they can tell everybody's business.
I believe that people are starting to not hold marriage as sacred as let's say our parents did or our grandparents did.
I have a couple friends that are married. To be honest with you, not that many. I feel like marriage is becoming kind of outdated, or at least to the point where people are getting married way later. Like look at my mother. My mother was married at like 20.
Back in the 1960s and 70s, like if you wasn't married, like you was a dork. Like people looked at you crazy. Like, oh, you're not married and have 3 kids by the time you're 22, 23 years old.
It doesn't hold the same weight as it once did. So I feel like people are just getting married just for the glitz and glam and not the real reason. Like they're getting married and then getting divorced 2 years later.
I think marriage is changing for the better. It used to be like, if you look at like our grandparents and things like that, like they stayed married through things that they probably shouldn't have stayed married through. Like some of our grandparents, like, infidelity and cheating and abuse.
Jay-Z and Beyonce, I think that's a good example of marriage. I think that kind of, showed us as the younger generation of millennials that, it could work.
For me, I believe that marriage is important. I believe that if you truly love someone, why not get married and say, hey, under God, I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
If your goal is to have kids, definitely marriage is important.
Not everyone is meant to be married, I don't think. I don't think marriage is universal. Like, I don't think everyone's meant to get married. I don't think everyone's prepared to make that commitment to another person.
You want to start thinking about things like legacy, generational wealth. If your goals is those, then yeah, I believe marriage is important.
It takes honesty more than anything else. I think honesty is one of the most important things in a marriage. Like, I feel like a lot of things can be worked through as long as the people involved are honest.
Commitment. You have to be committed to the other person. It takes trust and honesty, because this is somebody you're going to spend the rest of your life with, and it takes room to grow. That person that you married on that day isn't going to stay that person for the rest of your lives.
I mean, it doesn't really take much. It just takes you just going to sign the paper. Like, people get married for no reason now.
I know most people don't want to get divorced because that's expensive. So before you get married, ask yourself, is this for the long run?
Yeah.